Hello, my name is Tim Lehealy, and in this video we're going to be going over case creation in 7.4. We're going to talk about creating a case, adding evidence, deleting a case, and adding custodians. All of this is obviously possible in previous versions of Quincy, but we have created a new mechanism for doing it in the investigator and review. So let's hop into the tool and show that. So we're going to do it through Investigator. It's worth noting it's exactly the same in Investigator and Review, so we're only going to need to show you one of them. And it all really comes down to this Create Case button. So if we want to create a case, we'll create, a demo. We'll do like that. So let's click on Create Case. We have to pick a project name, a demo. You might actually, it's worth noting this case path is not required stuff. If you don't do this, this is going to go into the default case directory that you've set up. If you do it, obviously it will go wherever you have set it up. If you're in a cloud environment, it won't show you this. This is kind of a security issue for a lot of cloud-based architectures, and we don't want to show the paths and things like that. So this will be hidden in that scenario. In any event, that's not the case here. So if I wanted to find browse, I could go and find, a directory where I want to save it. But I'm just going to use the default. This is a demo case. If I want to set logging options, I can. These are the default ones. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like that. Okay, now if I'm going to need custodians, I can click this. I can, of course, add these at a later date. If I want to add evidence, I can click this. Note that it won't allow me to add a load file. A case must be created before you add a load file, and I'll show you how to do that at the end of this video. And once we've created this, we'll circle back and explore this a little bit. So we've clicked on Add Custodians and Add Evidence. I can click Next, or I can just go to the tabs. So let's do this AAA Custodian. And let's go now click, well, we'll do Next this time. It's obviously the same as if I clicked Evidence. Now we need to add evidence. Before we do that, let's talk about processing options. Processing options are, they give you three basic options, three basic grouping of options, if you will. You can go with basic, in which case you're going to do, you're limited to these things: forensics defaults, documents, communications. These are all preset processing attributes, if you will. If you say, no, I want to go with some of the predefined options that we have created, meaning you guys as customers have configured in your system, you can go ahead and do that. And then you just click on this, and then you can select from your group, your set of predefined options. And you set the predefined options in the desktop, and there are videos on that, so I'm not going to talk about that. Or you can obviously go custom, in which case you're going to open up the advanced builder, if you will, and come and choose processing options, maybe expand compound files, file signature, all this kind of normal stuff. So you select the processing options you want. Now you click Add Evidence, and we'll do Demo Ev1. I can assign the custodian here, so I'll go ahead and do that. Time zone, description, blah, blah, blah. Media type, this relates to the dashboard. Oh, no, excuse me, it does not. This is the type of evidence we're going to upload. We're going to do files or folder. It will automatically detect this based on what you upload, but sometimes it's off. So know that you may, after you upload data, circle back, may want to check, make sure this is correct. Evidence type, we ship with these 4 predefined evidence types. You can, of course, add more, but it's a little complex, and I think these are probably the ones you'll most likely need. So we'll go ahead and call this a computer, and we'll do, and we can upload an image for this computer if we want. It has to be a PNG. And you can give it any other sorts of data if you want, whatever. Now we come down here. This is where we add the evidence. So there are 2 options. You can add from an S bucket or from the server. I've selected server, so you'll see that's the option that's highlighted. If I select S bucket, then all of a sudden this option becomes highlighted. but I want to do from my server. Okay, now let's browse to wherever the evidence is. And I only want to add a little evidence because I don't want it to wait for a long time for it to process. So once I clicked there, it automatically set this value. If it set it wrong, again, just come check and make sure it's right, which it is in this case. Now, when I click Add Evidence, it's going to check the processing options I've selected, and it's going to assign those processing options to that evidence. So if we scroll over here, we can say our processing options are set. If we say, oh, no, shoot, we just made a mistake. For this evidence, we want a different set of processing options. We can click on it, select the basic, and then just come down here and click Set Selection. And it resets the processing options for whatever you had selected. Okay, so I'm happy with everything we've done so far. I'm going to go ahead and click Next. It gives you a summary of what you're about to do. Create a case called this, with this description, with this evidence. And I like all that. And I'm going to go and click Begin. And it asks me to confirm, and I will do that. And so now we have a little icon here that's going to tell us when case creation is complete. It's done. Now it's going to add the custodian, and that's done. And now we're going to wait for our evidence to process. You can see there's only one piece of evidence it's trying to process. I have default cloning set up. If you want to go with default cloning, you have it set up, you can click OK. If you don't, you can click Cancel here. And now this will be basically a fresh case without any of the labels or bookmarks that were set up in my clone case profile. And I'm just going to simply wait here. If this is taking too long, you want to see what's going on, you can come down here. Here are the jobs that have been registered as a function of your processing options. You can click on them and you can see what's going on. Oh, excuse me, there we go. It enumerated 7, did it index 7, then it processed 7. These jobs all failed, which actually makes sense because I don't have any of them set up and we don't need them for this case. And we're good to go. It processed 7 objects. It indexed 7. If we were doing a larger case, you'd see it as it went. You know, it's like a circle where it sort of shows you what percentage has been indexed. But with only 7 items, it just goes straight to complete. So we're happy with this. We're good. Where is our A demo? A demo case is right here now. And if we want, we can open straight into this case and look at our dashboard and see what we've got. There's the image I uploaded as associated with the evidence. You can see it's of type computer, which is what we selected. Here are the file categories in my case. We just processed basically a folder with Excel spreadsheets. So it's got one folder, some system files, bookmarks, and spreadsheet, and nothing else really of interest. So that's it. That's how you create a case, and that's how you add evidence. Let's go back to a demo and do 2 other quick things. Let me show you how to import or add new evidence. You come to your case, you click on this little button here, this add button, and it's going to open up that same dialog I did, but now with this case selected. And you can go add more custodians and more evidence. But now look, you've got this import load file option available. Now there's a whole video on import load files, so I'm not going to go over it here. But at this point, you can upload your load file and just go ahead and import that into the case. All right, so that's how you add more evidence to a case. You can also obviously delete a case. If I want to delete it, I just click here, delete. Are you sure? Yes, I'm positive. And give it a second, and our A demo case deleted, and it's gone. So that's it. That's creating a case, that's deleting a case, that's adding evidence and custodians to a case. Again, exactly the same for investigator as it is for reviewer, and hopefully pretty darn straightforward. Thank you very much.